What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and at least achieving one goal today. Today we are reviewing the 2023 Chevy Silverado High Country. Huge thank you to Jesus Montes over at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick, GMC for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular High Country or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, I'll be sure to have Jesus's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. So I had to throw a jacket on in between clips there because it's just a bit too chilly to be filming with just a sweatshirt on. But first, let's talk about the exterior and performance. And like I said, this is a 2023 Chevy Silverado High Country, and this particular one has been painted in black. So with the High Country, you do get LED headlights with IntelliBeam. IntelliBeam is just a fancy way of saying automatic high beams. You also do get signature LED daytime running lights as well as LED turn signals. And then towards the bottom of your front bumper is where you will find your LED fog lights. But let's talk about our grille here for a second, because you do get a satin chrome and black chrome grille. You can see you get those grille bars. You can see you get the satin chrome, and then above the satin chrome you get that black chrome. And then on the upper right hand side of your grille you have your High Country lettering. And then this particular High Country has been optioned with the $175 black bow tie, which in my opinion just suits the High Country very, very well, and I think it looks a lot better than the standard gold bow tie. But again, that's just my personal opinion. And then just below your bow tie is where you will find your forward facing camera that goes along with your 360-degree view camera that comes with the High Country as standard. Working our way down, you get a body color front bumper as well as 4 forward facing sensors and 2 chrome recovery hooks. Just below those chrome recovery hooks is where you will find a satin chrome trim piece that matches your satin chrome grille bars. And then just above your front fog light on your driver's side is where you will find your plug-in for the engine block heater, because this particular Silverado has been optioned with the Duramax diesel. You can see your Duramax lettering on both sides of your hood, and then on your fender on both sides obviously you have your High Country badging. And then just down here, this particular High Country has been optioned with the $2,520 High Country premium package, which includes these particular 22-inch painted aluminum wheels with chrome inserts. I'll give you guys a better look at those wheels. These wheels are wrapped in a Bridgestone all-season tire. I'll give you guys a little bit of a view of the tread pattern on those tires. And then you get some carpeting down under here to help with road noise. And then this particular High Country has been optioned with the $900 adaptive ride suspension, which in my opinion, if you guys are getting a High Country, is absolutely worth it. Again, that's just my personal opinion, but if you're already spending this money, just spend the additional $900. Right here is where you'll find satin chrome mirror caps with perimeter lighting. These mirrors are heated. The driver's side mirror is auto dimming. They are power folding, and you will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then under both side view mirrors is where you'll find your puddle light as well as a side view camera. Again, the High Countries do come with a 360-degree view camera as standard, so that is what that camera does. It goes along with your 360-degree view camera. Just above where the driver would sit is where you'll find your body color shark fin antenna. You get some satin chrome window trim, you get chrome door handles, and then towards the bottom of your passenger doors is where you will find your High Country specific satin chrome body cladding. And then just under that is where you will find your chrome assist steps that come standard with the High Country. If I was to get a High Country, I would probably remove these side steps and maybe go for some power retractable running boards. I think those would look a lot better, but again, that's just my personal opinion. You get a capless filler neck as well as a spot to fill up with DEF. Again, this is a diesel, so you obviously do have to fill it up with DEF, unfortunately. But up top here is where you'll find your LED third brake light as well as your power sliding rear window. You got your cargo camera as well as your rear view camera mirror. So you can see you got your 2 cameras up there, and the rear view camera mirror does come a part of the $1,770 tech package, which also includes a 15-inch heads-up display and adaptive cruise control. And you also do have your LED cargo lighting up top there on both sides of your LED third brake light. But working our way to the business end of the Silverado High Country, you do get LED signature taillights, as well as a power up and down tailgate, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. You also do get a backup camera, which is located right here. That is your puddle light. This is the button to power down your tailgate, as well as power up your tailgate. You can see Chevrolet embossed into the tailgate, Silverado lettering on the left hand side of the tailgate, High Country specific badging on the right hand side of the tailgate. And then let's talk about our rear bumper, because you do get a body color rear bumper with corner step. You also get 4 integrated backup sensors into the rear bumper. Then you get that HDMI port exhaust. I know it looks literally exactly like an HDMI port, which is kind of funny. And then you do get spray in bed liner. So let's pop down the tailgate, pressing on that button. You can see it comes down nice and slow. You get spray in bed liner as standard with the High Country, as well as this 120 volt household power outlet. You get LED cargo lighting. You can see your High Country right there on the front of the bed. And then you get 12 tie down hooks, which each of these different corners are rated at 500 pounds each. So you can tie down 500 pounds worth of tie down force at all 4 corners. So 500, 500, 500, 500. And if you can add those all up, that is 2,000 pounds. So coming under here again, let's find that button. I'm going to click on the button and you can see the power tailgate goes back up. If you guys were wondering about the max payload capacity, the max payload capacity of this particular High Country is 1,476 pounds. If you guys were wondering about the max tow capacity of this particular High Country as spec is 9,000 pounds. Down here, you get your different trailer lighting options. So you do only get a 7-pin connector, and then up top here, you can see these are 2 different ports for your trailer cameras. You can see the camera on there. If you have to, God forbid, have a flat tire, you take your key, physical key out of your key fob, stick it in there, and then that will unlock your spare tire. You do get a 17-inch spare tire with the High Country, as well as this particular one has been optioned with 323 rear gears. And then with the High Country, you do get an Eaton auto locking rear differential. And then a couple things that I thought you guys might want to know if you guys are towing, or if you guys are just curious, you do get a external oil cooler for the engine, as well as an external transmission oil cooler as well. So this thing is definitely ready to tow. I think this thing looks fantastic in my personal opinion. Now, one thing that differentiates this High Country from like the Tahoes or the Suburbans is that on the Tahoes or the Suburbans, you kind of have more of like a bronzy accent color on the front grille. I think this looks a lot better. And again, I think that $175 black bow tie is absolutely worth it. One Easter egg I wanted to point out, you can see right there, you got your Chevy bow tie on your side reflectors on your headlights. But I think this thing looks absolutely fantastic. And after driving some Ford products, I used to think maybe I want a Ford, and now after I've been in this and I've listened to the Bose sound system, the Bose sound system in this has definitely sold me back to the Silverado / Sierras. But I want to know what you guys think of the 2023 Silverado High Country in the comment section down below. But with that out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the optional $995 3-liter Duramax that for 2023 got a bump in horsepower and torque for 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque, which is up 28 horsepower and 35 pound-feet of torque. It is still mated to the 10-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in roughly 7 seconds. If you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 22 miles per gallon in the city, 27 miles per gallon on the highway for 24 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive, which, considering the size of this truck, I think that's absolutely phenomenal fuel economy in my personal opinion, because this thing looks so good. It actually has a good amount of get up and go to it, and very, very good fuel economy numbers for a 4-wheel drive truck. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section down below, and subscribe. But let's move into the interior. All right, guys, moving into the interior. This is a 2023 model year vehicle after all, so you do get keyless access. All you got to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this button right here, and that will unlock the vehicle. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing on that button as well. One thing, or a couple things I wanted to show you guys that have to do with the key fob is that you can remote start the vehicle as well as drop the tailgate. Now, one thing that's interesting is that this does have a power up and down tailgate. However, you can only power down the tailgate from the key fob, which in my opinion is kind of interesting. But let's start the vehicle up. So lock and then press the button right under the lock button twice, and it will fire right up. So let's move into the interior. Obviously you can unlock the vehicle from the key fob as well, but let's take a look at the driver's side door panel. So you have a very nice looking driver's side door panel for 2023. You get some beautiful wood up top here, aluminum door handle, you get some aluminum trim beneath that. 2 memory seat adjustment settings. You got your unlock and lock buttons right there. Some perforated leather, a nicely padded armrest that is leather wrapped with some accent colored stitching. You can see you got a High Country badge on both front doors. You got one right there and then one right there as well. Automatic up and down windows in the front, but you only get automatic down windows in the rear. Here are all your mirror controls. Again, you do have power folding side view mirrors. So if you press that button, side view mirrors fold in. You can see what's up, you can see me. Press that button again and they power fold right back out again, so you get some more really nice leather wrapping, accent colored stitching. And when I first stepped into this vehicle and I saw this Bose speaker surround, I was like, this thing has got to have a fantastic Bose sound system, and it does. It is a 7-speaker Bose sound system with rich bass subwoofer, and let me tell you guys, this sound system sounds absolutely phenomenal. So great amount of storage space at the bottom of the door panel. You got a great spot for 2 different water bottles as well as some miscellaneous storage space. But man, just take a look at that speaker surround. It looks absolutely beautiful. You get a High Country door sill in brushed aluminum, looks phenomenal. 10-way power driver seat, 10-way power passenger seat, and just like any other High Country, doesn't matter if it's a Tahoe, Suburban, you can see you get some of that like brown perforated leather that's beneath the jet black leather. So it's kind of interesting, and it looks so good here in person. And then you get some of that brown accent colored stitching, and then you get some High Country embossed into both your front headrests. Looks so sweet. These seats are fantastic, and you can see in the sun, you can see some of that brown. It looks so good here in person. But let's step into the interior and see what the High Country is all about in here. So you do get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster as well as a 13.4-inch infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. But I'm gonna close that door and we'll work our way from this side to the passenger side to those rear seats. But I do want to show you guys, look at what happens when you step into it. Look how sweet that looks. Big upgrade for 2022, which is when they did this, but looks way better than the 2021s. And that's not only in my personal opinion, I think a lot of you guys would agree with that. But pressing on this button right here will turn your electronic parking brake on. So if you guys want to disengage it, push your foot on the brake and press that button again and it will disengage. This is 4-wheel automatic, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low. This is your drive mode selector as well. So if I twist this to the left, that puts you into off-road mode. Twist it one more time to the left, that puts you into sport mode. Twist it all the way to the left and that puts you into normal mode. And then if I click on this button right here, that will throw you into your tow haul mode. And then just to the left, or to the right of that, excuse me, I don't know my right from my left, but pressing on that will turn your perimeter lighting on your side view mirror. So I'm gonna press that and I'll show you guys that, because why not? Make it quick. You can see the perimeter lighting turns on. Does the puddle light? No, puddle light does not turn on. Press that again and it will turn right back off. Pressing on this is your jellyfish launcher. Just kidding. This is your LED cargo lighting for your bed. So if I press that, the cargo lamps are enabled. Press it again, cargo lamps are disabled. This is to dim your digital gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. This is to brighten your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. And then just under that, you have your headlight control stalk. So if I twist this like this to the left, that turns automatic light control off, which basically turns your daytime running lights off. And then you have to turn your headlights on manually, sorry. Twist that one more time to the left, automatic light control is on. I suggest leaving automatic light control on. Twist that one to the right, that turns your daytime running lights on. Twist that one more time to the right and that turns your headlights always on. But personally, I would keep it in headlights automatic, and then pressing on this will turn your fog lights on or off. So yeah, those are what those buttons do. And then just above that, you have your heads up display controls. This does have a 15-inch heads up display, but you do have to pay for that. So that is a part of the $1,770 technology package, which includes this rear view camera mirror, as well as the 15-inch heads up display and adaptive cruise control. So you can bring the heads up display up, you can bring the heads up display down. So this is up, this is down. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it. No, maybe if I brighten it, you guys might be able to see, but yeah, you can see it, but just barely. I know the GoPro is not doing a very good job at picking that up, but you can also go throughout your different information. So if I push down on this, that now has my digital speedometer readout. Now that is like my lane keep stuff. That is my compass. Now that says 2-wheel drive, and it lets me know what degrees I am. So I'm 0 degrees. I'm basically on a flat surface. And then it also has my speed limit sign. This is your digital speedometer readout and your speed limit sign, which is what I would leave that on. And then that is to brighten and or dim your heads up display. But you can see you get 4 HVAC vents on the dash, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But let's talk about our turn signal stock. So let's take a listen to it. So that is what your turn signal sounds like. Definitely different from a 2021. And then you can see right here, that is to turn IntelliBeam on or off. So that is what this button does, IntelliBeam on or off. This is also your windshield wiper control stock. You do have rain sensing wipers, and yeah, that's about it for that. Obviously, if you guys want to wash your windshield, that would be the button you would press. But let's take a look at our steering wheel. So you do get a leather wrapped and heated steering wheel. When you turn the heated steering wheel on, it literally heats up instantaneously. So that works very, very well right now. It's a little bit chilly out, and to have my hands on the steering wheel feels very, very nice. This is your downshift paddle. This is your upshift paddle. Here are your adaptive cruise control settings. Again, that's your heated steering wheel button. And then over here, this is to speak to the vehicle and or pick up on a phone call. This is to hang up on a phone call. And then this scroll knob, as well as these 2 buttons, are to control what goes on in your 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys the horn. So that is what the horn sounds like on the 2023 Silverado High Country. And then you can see you have like this bronzish type of trim piece. Again, that's kind of what I said that you get on the exterior of the Tahoe and Suburban High Country, but you also get that on the Tahoe and Suburban High Country on the interior as well. But let's talk about what's going on our digital gauge cluster. So on the left-hand side of your digital gauge cluster, you have your speedometer. On the right-hand side, you have your RPM gauge, and then it also displays what drive mode you are in. What's kind of cool about the Silverados and the Tahoes and anything that has this digital gauge cluster is that you can see this circle right here and this circle right here. So you can change actually what is displaying on that screen. And I might turn the climate off because I don't want that to interfere with the audio. So we'll go into those different configurable things here in a minute. But that's your digital speedometer readout. That is your speed limit sign that lets us know that fuel level is low. I'm going to close out of that. This you can change as well, which I'll show you guys in a minute. That's your fuel range. That's your fuel stuff. You can see the gas pump has like an arrow pointing to the left of it. That means you fill the vehicle up on the driver's side of the vehicle. So if you can see this arrow right here, if this arrow was pointing to the right, that means you would fill your vehicle up on the right-hand side of the vehicle. But here is your coolant temperature. You can see where it says 19 miles. That is your odometer. P is for park. And let's go throughout this screen. So right now I'm in like the info screen. So that is my digital speedometer readout. This is how I would probably have it at all times, but you can scroll down. That goes into your drive summary, trip 1, trip 2, timer, tire pressure stuff, driver assistance stuff, oil life, brake pad life, air filter life, fuel filter life, diesel exhaust fluid, and then you get a blank page, info page, options. And then if I push this thing to the right, that brings me into my different media stuff. I think I might have to go into here and just stay in demo mode. Now you can control your AM, FM, XM stuff through here. That's your compass, that's your phone stuff. And then again, this is what you can do. So if I go into display layout, you can go into classic. This is progressive. This is digital. And then this is clean. So that's what clean looks like. It's pretty much just your digital speedometer readout. We'll go back into classic because that's kind of what I like the best. But again, you can control the left side information, so you can go between your compass, tire pressure. You can see you can put any of these different things on the left hand side. Go over here, you can go into your right hand side information. Now you can compass all these different things again, but we're gonna leave it where it was because that's what it was on. So that's about it for your digital gauge cluster. You can pretty much configure it exactly as you want. again, up top here, you have your 15-inch heads-up display. Right over here, you have your 13.4-inch infotainment screen that is touch, and it does have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. Got your audio stuff, map stuff, phone stuff, camera stuff. We'll go into cameras because I want to show you guys. It brings up your 360 camera. That is your forward-facing camera. If you throw it into reverse, that will display your rear view camera. You can go and you can see your hitch stuff right over here. That's again your front stuff. I believe you can see your cargo stuff. I just don't know where, but I know you can. I just gotta find it. I think if I press it now, see, that is your bed. Now that is displaying what's going on in your bed. You get your Play Store, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, trailer and climate. This is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle. Go into My Chevrolet. You can set service appointments. You get your Google Podcasts and Google News. This infotainment works very, very well. You get your time, ambient exterior temperature. Right over here, this will display your Google Map stuff, audio stuff, trailer stuff, and or the time. Basically like what you would find on the Sync 4 Ford stuff. This is your home button, volume knob. This is your lane keeping stuff. This is your parking sensors on or off. This is auto stop start on or off. This will power drop and power raise your tailgate. Hazard button, traction control on or off button, and then if I press this button, that will roll all the windows on the interior down. So pretty cool button. And then obviously push button start. This is your trailer brake controller right here. And then just to the right of that, you have your climate control stuff. So in the front, you do get heated and ventilated front seats for obviously the driver and the passenger. But what's kind of cool is this will heat up your butt and your back. This will heat up your back only, and then that's your ventilated seat button. That's a USB-A port, and that is a USB-C port. You do have an upper glove box, which if I press right here, that is your upper glove box. Very good amount of storage space. And then you do have a lockable lower glove box as well, with you can set your owner's manual and pretty much whatever you want to in there. Again, that is your rear view camera mirror, which goes along with your $1,770 technology package. What I like about the rear view camera mirror is that you can move the view up or down. You can brighten and or dim it, which I guess I'll show you guys here. See the brightness, you can go into that, and then you can zoom in, you can zoom out, and then you can again bring it up or down, whatever your liking is. There's tons of flexibility there. And then if you guys don't want to use the rear view camera mirror, all you got to do is push forward on that, and then it works just like a regular rear view mirror. Personally, I really like the rear view camera mirror. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Get your OnStar stuff up top here, like roadside assistance stuff. This is your passenger airbag on or off for your passenger seat, so that's where it'll let you know if your airbag is on or off. Then you get your two different lights for your driver and your passenger. Universal garage door opener. This does have a power sliding sunroof that goes along with the $2,520 High Country premium package, which includes that sunroof, these all-weather floor mats, as well as those 22-inch wheels that I showed you guys. But this is your vanity mirror with two vanity lights. What I like about this is that it does slide, so you can see, boom, and it slides backwards, slides forward. Very, very nice. The passengers does the exact same thing, and then right over here, you can set your parking ticket, business cards, whatever small paper product you want to. And then up top here, this is your Bluetooth mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone for the driver. Your passenger gets one as well. And then over here, you got all your different controls for your sunroof. So this is your sunroof control. This is your sunroof control. Now, one thing that I think Chevy should do differently, in my opinion, is that they should give you a panoramic roof when you get the High Country or the Denali. If you want to compete with the F-150s or the Ram 1500s Chevy, you have to move to a panoramic sunroof. That is like a must. That's not just my personal opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with me. And then this is your power sliding rear window control. But that's about it for the front. Obviously, you get an OPOOP handle for the passenger, OPOOP handle for the driver. These seats are actually very, very comfortable. And again, I would have said before I went into this video that I would have gotten an F-150 over the Silverado. Now that I've heard the Silverado's sound system, it blows the Bang & Olufsen sound system out of the water. I don't care if it's the 18-speaker Bang & Olufsen Unleashed, this 7-speaker Bose sound system with that woofer. will blow that sound system out of the water. Believe me, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. So good amount of storage space right here. You got 2 cup holders. You got a great spot you can set your phone. This particular High Country does not have a wireless charging pad, and that is due to chip shortages. So you do get a $75 credit for not having a wireless charging pad. This is normally where the wireless charging pad would be. Here's your gear shift selector. If you want to go into reverse, you got to press this button and push forward. If you want to go into drive, you pull backwards, and then if you want to go into park, you got to push P. So we're pushing P to go into park. And then good amount of storage space down in here. You get a USB-C port as well as a USB-A port. And then you get a household power outlet located right here. You get this little divider. You can take this divider out and you have a very good amount of storage space down in there. Let's see how much of my forearm will fit down in there. So pretty much my whole forearm fits down in there. So very, very good amount of storage space in your center console with the High Country. And then you can see this is beautifully leather wrapped. You can see some of that brown accenting on your perforated leather. Very nicely padded. Very, very nice interior here on the High Country. And then last but not least, there is one thing I wanted to show you guys, is that right up top here, you can set your phone, you can set some pens, you can set pencils, you can set your tape measure, whatever you want to put right here. This is a very nice storage space for small miscellaneous items. So very, very nice here on the Silverado High Country. It's actually a very, very nice interior and a massive upgrade from the 2021s. This is actually something that I would consider buying myself over a Ford or a Ram. So Chevy, you've actually put yourself in the game, rather than in 2020, 2021, you guys were way, way behind, but you guys are pretty much right on par with Ford and Ram now, which good job, guys, especially with that Bose sound system. I'm very big fan of that. So this thing only has 3 options on it, and those 3 different options are the $2,520 High Country Premium Package, which includes the sunroof, all-weather floor mats, and 22-inch wheels, as well as this also does have the $1,770 Technology Package, which includes the rear view camera mirror, 15-inch heads-up display, and adaptive cruise control. And last but not least, this also has the $900 Adaptive Ride Control Suspension, which is a must if you guys get a High Country. A couple things I wanted to read. Now, this is a new segment that I have called Kenny's Key Features, which include 7-speaker Bose sound system with rich bass woofer. It sounds amazing, and that would actually make me want to buy this over a Ford or a Ram because it sounds so, so good. I haven't heard the new Rams with their Harman Kardon sound system because I know those are very good, so I got to compare this to that. But as of right now, this is definitely better than the 18-speaker Bang & Olufsen Unleashed. This is also a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle, 10-way power driver and power front passenger seat. You get heated and ventilated front seats, and then you get heated outboard rear seats. You get adaptive cruise control and that rear view camera mirror. Again, these are just key features that I like to highlight because I think those are just kind of like my favorite features of each individual car that I'm doing, and those are the favorite features that I've highlighted here on this Silverado High Country. So I'm going to throw the window sticker on screen right now. You guys can take a look, but I do want to show you guys the overall vehicle safety score. So this gets 5 stars overall, and then you can see your frontal crash for the driver and the passenger, 5 stars for the driver, 4 stars for the front passenger, and then you can see for the side crash, you get 5 stars for the front and rear seats, and then rollover, you get 4 stars. So this is a very, very safe vehicle. But let's talk about the MSRP. So the MSRP of this particular Silverado High Country is $71,735, which, comparing this to Ford's, I think this is actually a good amount cheaper than a lot of those Ford products, because you get into like a Platinum, you fully load that, or a fully loaded Limited, you're looking at almost like $90-some thousand. Yes, the Limited is definitely nicer than this, but you know, you're also paying another $20,000 for all that fancy leather and all that fancy stitching. And is it really worth it? You know, some people who have some money to burn, I think it is worth it. But for those of you guys who want something that's pretty dang nice and, you know, relatively affordable for today's money, this is a very, very nice value and a very nice vehicle. But I'm going to go over some safety and security features here for you guys. So this does have automatic emergency braking, forward collision alert, front pedestrian braking, lane keep assist with lane departure warning. You get a following distance indicator, IntelliBeam, which is those automatic high beams, 360-degree view camera, as well as the bed view camera. This has teen driver mode, trailer side blind zone alert, front and rear park assist, which is your forward facing and rear view sensors, rear cross traffic braking, rear pedestrian alert, and safety alert seat. Again, you guys can read over the rest of the window sticker, pause it, but I do want to move into those rear seats, and I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm going to open up the rear doors, and let's take a look at what the rear door panel looks like. So it looks similar to the front door panel. You get some beautiful wood, you get some aluminum door handle, only automatic down windows in the rear. You get a nicely padded armrest. Now, the Ford products do not have automatic down or up windows in the rear. This has at least automatic down windows, even if you get a Platinum F150. So you get some nice accent colored stitching, very good amount of storage space at the bottom of the door panel, and a great spot. You can set a smart water bottle down in there. And then again, back here, you get another beautiful speaker surround. This thing looks absolutely amazing. It's like a stainless steel speaker surround. I think it looks phenomenal. But here are what your rear seats look like. You get some storage space in here. So you could probably set your phone or whatever you want to hide, you can set in there. But yeah, these seats also fold up. You get a little bit of storage space down in there for, you know, jumper cables or something like that that you don't want rolling throughout the back seat space. But very nice flat storage space. I'm gonna fold these seats right back down. And let's step into the interior. So I am damn, these seats actually, I like sunk right into them. It's like sitting on a couch. So I feel like Chevy has stepped up their seat comfort game, because these seats are actually a lot, like, noticeably more comfortable than they used to be. So very good Chevy. Nicely padded, so very nice. Seat back pocket behind the driver's seat, seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. You get 2 cup holders here, cup holder in the door, another cup holder in that door. So that is 4 cup holders there. Once you fold this down, then you get 6 back here, so you get 2 more cup holders, a nicely padded center fold down armrest. You get your dome lights up top there, OPU panel, another OPU panel, and then up top here you get a great spot. You can set your dry cleaning, another one right there as well. You can see tons of leg room, tons of knee room, tons of headroom. I am adjusted behind myself. I'm 5'9". You can see how much leg room I have right there, and then you can see how much additional headroom I still have left. So I can definitely sit behind myself. Even if I was, like, you know, 6'5", I still think I'd be very, very comfortable in these rear seats. But you can see you also do get your heated outboard rear seats, both with 3 levels of adjustability. And then you get a USB-C port, USB-A port, 2 HVAC vents, and, you know, that's about it for these rear seats. So I'm very, very happily surprised with the 2023 Silverado. Chevy has definitely stepped their game up, interior game up, exterior game up. So you guys are actually in the fight with Ford and Ram. So good job, guys. This is what the view is from these rear seats. You can see how much better it looks than the older Silverado High Countries. Again, Chevy, you guys definitely stepped your game up. Good job. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review. And I'm just so happy that Chevy really stepped their game up, whether it be the interior, the exterior, all around. This thing is way better than it was in 2021. I mean, it's just leaps and bounds better. And, you know, again, like, I haven't stepped in a Silverado in a little bit of time, and coming out of reviewing a lot of Ford products recently, I gotta say, like, before getting into this video, I would have absolutely gotten a Platinum F150 over the Silverado. I mean, it wouldn't have even been close. And that was just me comparing like a 2021 Silverado to like a 2022 F150. And now for 2023, man, these things are way nicer to drive, to sit in, just to look at the interior and to look at it from the exterior as well. It's leaps and bounds better than it used to be. So I don't know if I would get a Silverado over an F150. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to really test drive both of them for quite a bit of time to see which one suits me better. And I do like the way that the Chevys look, but I also really like the way that the 5.0 Coyote sounds, and I like the way that the 6.2 V8 of the Silverado sounds. But man, I don't know, you know what I mean? But comparing the two, man, this thing is so nice, and I'm like really enjoying my time behind the wheel. It's just a very, very nice, like, overall vehicle. And I probably shouldn't have went this way because there's so much traffic, but I guess I just didn't realize that. But we might pull out here, and we'll see if anybody lets us in. We got this nice lady in a Tesla who's letting us in, so thank you very much. So I guess we'll just test what the Silverado does like in traffic. So again, this does have the 3-liter Duramax, and what you can achieve on, like, in this kind of driving, you're going to do 22 miles per gallon in the city. Yes, diesel is more expensive than regular fuel, but again, you're getting 22 miles per gallon in the city and 27 miles per gallon on the highway with a 4-wheel drive setup. So that's very, very good fuel economy numbers. And you know, this thing with the adaptive ride control suspension rides so nice over bumps. I mean, even with 22-inch wheels, it's just so smooth. And I've talked about this in other videos before. Chevy really has their suspension game down packed. I mean, it's definitely better than the Fords. It's definitely better than the Rams. They've got it down packed. Now, if you guys just do a lot of highway driving, the Fords ride very, very plush. I mean, it's just such a good ride on the Ford. I'm not knocking Ford suspensions at all. I'm just saying that handling wise, the Chevy is going to beat the Ford 10 times out of 10. I mean, it's just, the Chevys can handle a lot better around turns and stuff than the Fords can. Now, on the highway, I think the Fords ride just a little bit softer, but even the Chevys, they ride very, very good. But I'm talking about like handling, going around back roads and stuff like that. The Chevy's going to handle 10 times out of 10 better than the Ford would. But again, sound system in this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. This thing outworks the Bang & Olufsen sound system by leaps and bounds. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. I think the speaker surrounds look very good. I mean, it is a Bose sound system after all. Bose sound systems are always very, very good. Now, infotainment system, fantastic. Now, we're going over some bumps and stuff, so I'm going to interrupt myself there for a second, but it just rides so well over bumps. The low-end grunt of the diesel is phenomenal. I mean, it just gets up and goes so well. Great fuel economy. It's up 28 horsepower and 35 pound-feet of torque for 2023, so you can definitely feel it's got a little bit more low-end grunt than the previous generation Duramax. But even the previous generation Duramax had plenty of get up and go to it, man. This thing is just an overall really nice driving vehicle with the Duramax. I mean, I would consider getting the Duramax because you get such good fuel economy with the Duramax, and it's not loud really by any means. It's just a nicely tuned motor. The way that it drives, the way that it sounds, it's not offensive sounding, and it's got a great amount of low-end torque, and now it's got a great amount of horsepower as well with 305 horsepower. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's got the heads-up display displaying up ahead. It's giving me my speed. It's got the speed limit sign below it. Just a very nice heads-up display, and it's huge. It's literally just like right there, so when you're cruising down the highway, you can just look straight ahead. You don't have to look down here to see your speedometer. But we're gonna do a little acceleration here, nothing crazy, but just a little, you know, on ramp acceleration. So we'll do a little something. We're gonna floor it. So, you know, it's not gonna pull like a 6.2 liter would, but it still has more than enough get up and go to get you merged onto the highway. I mean, you can see very, very easy merging power. It's not even a challenge for it. But for day-to-day traffic, you don't have to put your foot into the accelerator really at all in order to get this thing to get up and move. And that's because it is a diesel engine, so it's got all that low-end torque. So if you're doing a good amount of city driving, you might want to look at getting the Duramax because it's got great low-end torque and it got great fuel economy, not only in the city but also on the highway. So you can see I'm just pushing a little bit on the throttle and we're just moving. So very, very nice little 3-liter Duramax, and I think it sounds very, very good. Thing rides so well, it handles so well. Interior is leaps and bounds better than it used to be. It actually looks really, really nice here on the interior. So very, very nice job, Chevy, with the 2023 Chevy Silverado High Country. I don't think anybody from Chevy is watching this video, but if you guys are, you guys did a way better job with the 2023 Silverados. I think they look fantastic from the exterior onto the interior. So very, very nice product here for 2023 when it comes to the Silverado. Very, very nice. I definitely enjoyed myself behind the wheel of the Silverado, and I think this thing is a value for what you get. It's basically fully loaded, and it's just over $71,000. So comparing this to a Ford product, I think this thing is cheaper than like a equally equipped Platinum F150. So I would say this is a strong contender now in the 1500 market. I think this can actually compete with the with the F150 and with the Ram 1500's interior because it's actually nice in here as well. Seats comfort is very, very good. It's not quite as comfortable as a Ford, but it's still a lot more comfortable than it used to be, and it's actually very, very comfortable. I could definitely see myself doing a long road trip here in this Silverado High Country. But that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. Also, I am LS swapping my 1987 Ford F-150, so if that is something that piques your guys' interest, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. But like I said, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.